Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Void Stranger. It has been almost a week since I last played this game. I got working on Z Restreamer, my Zelda 1 randomizer restreamer tool where it sees the video and tracks stuff, and I'm really enjoying that. Like, when I get to work on that project, like, I wake up in the morning and code for hours and take a break for lunch and keep coding. It's using all my skills and interests. But we're back to this today. I rewatched the previous episode to kind of remind myself where we are. We're in a set of all new puzzles, so that's good. It'll help break me back in by just playing puzzles, but we do want to try to collect the locust idols, so I want to try to get to these chests, which seems like it's going to be, like, impossible. How would I... How would I? Well, right. I need to remember, I have a tool in my arsenal, which is the magic wand, and so that means I don't always have to be completely symmetrical with my little opponent guy there over on the right. And so I could change the behavior of the snakes and then get the snake to get eaten by him, and that's probably like the start of my success. So let's do some of that. So suppose I did this, and then just kind of waited for a second. And the snakes are only a little bit out of sync now. Actually, no. That was as far out of sync as they were going to get. Alright, so let's put this back. So now our two snakes are out of sync with one another, which means if I step forward, I can eliminate those guys. And so let's imagine that that's what I want to do. And then having done that, it seems like getting to my chests is as simple as this. Lotus idol! Lotus idol! Alright. I'm doing things. Hooray. We're back on the Void Stranger horse. And I don't think there's anything else I need to do in this room. So that is great. We've got, okay, 4 sets of guys and this guy, so when I move toward the center, they'll all move toward the center on the left, I think. But on the right, something different is going to happen. Those guys push statues. Okay. If I walk to the left, these guys will, like, walk into each other. And then they push some statues like that. What happens if I go up? What order? Do those have... Oh, I need to get them all killed? Oh, because those are the statues. Well, I might be able to push some of those statues around, too. But yeah, I wonder if there's things with turn order that are interesting here that I could do. But I'm not certain how to try to do it just yet. How can I end up offset from one of these guys? So those guys push some statues, which I'm not sure that I wanted. And, right, I move first. So I guess I could bring those guys together just by doing that, for example. Do I need to push on a statue in order to get away from some of my compatriots over here to start things off, maybe? Because I don't see a way to get any of these guys on my side to fall in holes. And, like, but how do I get anywhere other than the bottom left 4 squares? Yeah, I think it probably does involve... Okay, let's just take a death. I think it probably does involve making this move. And then something. But what thing? Yeah, I'm just not seeing... I'm looking at the guys on the right-hand side right now, and I'm just not seeing the set of moves. So right, when I pushed it, they didn't actually move. And so how did I do that? Hold on. So if I go up at the beginning, right, they're already here. Oh, so I could go left and push them this way as well. Okay, so that's a thing I did not think of. And then if I go left again, okay, now these guys are offset. And now, okay, here's an interesting one. If I go down... so does that mean you cannot push a statue? No, you're not trying to push a statue. So now both of them will try to push the statue. And they can't push statues into one another. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure if it's because it's simultaneous and I can push statues into them and kill them because I move first, or if there is some other mechanic at play in terms of such simultaneous moves pushing from opposite sides. But in any case, I'm now offset from these guys so that I can do something like this. And yeah, there's like all kinds of interesting things happening here, because now I can do this, for example. Oh! Right, I was able to try to move into the center for the first time, and that killed all the guys on the right-hand side, because the black ones moved down and the white ones moved up simultaneously, and they killed each other, and meanwhile I killed the other guy with the statue. Okay, I had to replay in my head what just happened there to make sure I was understanding all the mechanics, but I am. So we can continue down to basement 162. We got some pieces of glass. Very dangerous. And I really can't pick up and put down things, since I can only put it back down in the same spot I picked it up. So you can hold open the pressure plate there. And now I've changed the geometry somewhat. Oh, and you, by the time I got over here, fell in there. Okay, so I would need to block that up first, it feels like. So basically I want to prevent him. So to prevent him from going that way, what I should do is this. No, that's just going to have him fall in even farther. How do I get offset from Duty McDudeface? Like, I do also have the capability now that once I knock out the piece of glass, there's an extra hole. Oops, so I could, like, rearrange the order of the tiles somewhat. Can I replace? Ah, that's an interesting question. What if I do this, and this, and this? There we go. Well, I only partially solved the problem. What about this? I wasn't paying attention to the fact that I just took out the place you were gonna go. Okay, but I'm getting ideas in terms of what needs to be done to solve the puzzle du jour. So suppose okay. I'm gonna need to walk over there. And you need to not. Like, suppose I did this. So you won't die until the very last moment. But I need the pressure plates. I need the pressure plate to be on, like, the second to last one. And so is that a thing that I can do? Maybe. I think not right now, though. Also, is there a way for me to get my hands on the pressure plate? Like, I can pick it up now, but I can't bring it anywhere useful. Is there a way that I could bring it somewhere useful? I think yes. So suppose... What am I trying to do? Okay, that won't hurt you. And this won't hurt you with what I'm about to do with it, I think. So now I can pick up the pressure plate, but no, okay, so I need to have a whole... Oh, okay. I understand what I'm trying to do. For myself right now, at least. So I need to... Okay, here's what I want to do. I had to formulate it all in my head. First off, I need to undo the giant mess I've made, which isn't a task. Already difficult. Okay. Then I need to move the whole... Okay, it was actually... You know what? Let's just reset the puzzle. Because where the piece of glass is actually a very useful location. So, if I pick up the pressure plate, I can put it back down over here. So that's already super duper useful. Then I can do something like this. And now we've managed to get all the way to opposite sides. So that's already a piece of progress that I hadn't made before. So now it seems like I can probably just arrange for the these things to be diametrically opposite from one another and everything will work out great. And so in order to do that, the question is, how do I pick this up and then pick this up? I need somewhere else to put it down. So suppose I had a hole here. Then I could... Oh, but... So my hole is down in the corner where it's not useful to me right now. Can I move the pressure plates? Same problem. I can't put it down because there aren't any holes in the ground to put it in. And so shuffling these around while the hole is way over on the outside is what I was struggling with a moment ago when I was trying to move the pressure plate. So how can I slightly shuffle these two locations? And so the only way to do it feels like picking up this. So now the hole is in the same vicinity as the things I need to fill the hole with. But now once I'm in there, then the hole is on the opposite side, so that's our problem. I want to be in the square in the middle, along with the hole. I don't think that's possible. Yeah, right now I don't think that's possible. So... Houston, we have a problem. Okay, can I rearrange things a different way and somehow now move the pressure plates? Somehow, something dark side? I could pick this up. This does seem interesting, actually. Yeah, I'm fairly certain this is interesting. I can put it down here. I did something in terms of moving the things around. They're still not diametrically opposite one another. All I did was move this to a reflected spot. But I'm starting to learn some things that are doable. Could I do... I could pick this up and put it in a different... Alright, so there's a lot of different ways that I can move a couple of things around here. So now they're in a different spot. So I managed to move that thing like one tile. And I guess since I move first, like, if I can get it even within one tile of where it's going, then that should be fine. Which seems like it ought to be doable somehow, right? Suppose, oh, that's not gonna help me. Suppose I pick up a random tile, put it down here. Pick up this, put it aside for a minute. Pick up the tile, I can't pick that one up though. Pick up the tile I want to... I can't get any of the tiles I want to. Do I have to move the pressure plate right now? Is it possible for me to pick up the pressure plate right now? Yes. Let's imagine I have to move the pressure plate. I can't from here. Suppose I'd go this way. I also can't because he's going to get stuck. Alright. I think I need to noodle on this one for a little bit because I'm just not quite seeing the moves, so perhaps some fast forwarding. Oh, maybe I needed to bring the pressure plate in. No, I still can't do that. Can I do it? I can't do it from either thing. Because the pressure plate is on this corner, it means that I can never bring it outside, because he's always going to get stuck, like, inside. So, yeah. I understand the problem, but I don't see the solution. I think I did it. I'll probably just play a fast-forwarded solution. I still don't have good reasoning about how I got through that puzzle, but I managed to do it. If I kill you, I go to the exit, because I actually started on the exit. I don't think I've ever started on the exit before. Is there anything else noteworthy I could do in this puzzle? Like, this feels pretty suspicious. It might just be I'm about to get to one of the interstitials. Let's just go to the exit. And no, it's just another puzzle. Alright. I need to kill both of the bad guys, and my choices are limited. Alright. Suppose I kill... that does not seem possible. Oh, I could have used tempos, I see. And I still can. Okay. So, I need... Let's forget about the guy on the right and just focus on the guy in the middle for a moment. So, I need him to break the glass and then step into the hole. To get him to break the glass and step into the hole, we can be offset from one another like this. And... we're both stepping on glass. If I go right, he goes left, and nothing happens. And if I go left, he goes right, and we both end up breaking the glass. And so now we both have the same problem, and I don't think I can fill in that piece of glass. So I think I've already can't kill the middle guy, so let's choose a different set of steps. Suppose I were to pick up a piece of construction here. Okay. I just killed that guy and I'm kind of not sure how or why. Just not good. Alright. But now that guy is almost killable. There we go. Yeah, he's totally killable. Great. Okay. I solved the puzzle. Hooray. I kind of stumbled into a couple of solutions there, but after getting hung up for a while in one puzzle, I suppose that's acceptable. Looks like you want to push a statue onto that square, which is something I would have needed to do right at the beginning of the puzzle, I think. Oh no, you can still do it. Boom. Statue. There. Is there any reason I need to kill you? No. Am I going to do it anyway? Yes. No! That was dumb. Now I can't... Ugh. I killed him for the fun of it, and then realized that exactly what I did caused my own failure to solve the puzzle. Oh. Which does make the puzzle more difficult than I originally thought. Okay. So I need to also keep him alive, which I think is still not a problem, because I think I had basically done that before. Which is... how did I do that before? Probably by choosing a different route, and I see a different route, so let's try it. So suppose instead I start by moving right. I don't see how that's going to help me. It seems like that's just worse. Maybe I didn't have a solution before and I just didn't notice. So I can do that. Could I have saved him and had him standing on it by the end? That's also a possibility I didn't really consider. So I'm still just completely focused on the middle guy and ignoring a guy on the right. So... aha, here's an idea. Suppose I do this to get offset. I think that's what I did before. And so at that point, now if I do, oops. Now I would have had to re-offset myself or something. Oh, I can also pick up the, I'm kind of a dummy. It occurs to me that there's important moves that I have not been considering. Which is I might be able to pick up the pressure plate, or pick up the exit and move it somewhere else. Although there's a pretty limited moveset here. But suppose I do this, and this, and I can do this, and then I can step up again, and now you're on the pressure plate. Okay, that's all I need to do. I need to have him push the statue off and then move on to that square himself. Great. Alright. Felt like I made a giant mess of it. It's fine. Oh, interesting. Can I get the locust idol and solve the puzzle in one sweep? If the other guy dies, then things are bad. But it seems like going down is what I want to do. I forget about the facing. Let's see. So if I go down, you're going to punch the wall up. The exit is open. I guess I have to go up in order to open the chest. There's my locust idol. And that allows me to go here. And then I can go down and you'll die, but I've already gotten to the exit, and so it's fine. That seems good. All right. Felt good about myself there. Yeah, I feel like this episode is a mix of me doing well and me doing not as well. I do not see how this could ever be possible. How am I going to deal with you? I can't get into the right half, and somehow I need to end up with the two of us offset, and I don't see any good way for me to interact with what is these holes down here. So what am I not thinking of? Somehow... And yeah, I can't even, like, you know, put my... I can pick up a square, sure, great. I can't put it back down anywhere other than the place I just picked it up because those are the only things I have access to. So there is something fundamental that I'm not seeing here. If I go right, we just run into each other. If I try to... Oh! It's forcing me to actually have a conversation. Okay, I pressed my action button, which usually would use my staff, but this time we are talking to said monster. Dots, also known as ellipses. Ellipsis. That's an ellipsis, I suppose. And if you have multiple of them, are they ellipses? I'm not sure what the pluralization is. Seems like you figured it out. Who? You're stuck. There's no way around this. Okay, yes, that's the conclusion I just came to. This is impossible. Am I going to have to skip this level? What basement am I on? I can find out in video. I think it was like 166 or something. Is what I'd like to say. Like, that would be enough to stop you. Trust me, I should know. You probably... It's 167, by the way. Prepared yourself for this already. Things won't get any easier from here. Honestly, I can't even tell how much you've got left. But you can't give up. You won't give up. Because someone is waiting for you. Who is waiting for me? And is she talking to me, the player, or is she talking to the monster? I think she's talking to me, the player. And so this is like the game is breaking the fourth wall. It's like if you've managed to get this far, that means you already figured out how to skip around basement 143, where the big head was blocking the way the first time. So you know about skipping levels, and so now it's like we've erected another roadblock that's impossible, and you probably reasoned out that it's impossible, and as a result tried to press every button on every square and got into this conversation. And so now the game is talking to me. That is my assessment of the current situation. Alright, so now we're all up to date. Someone is waiting for you. You don't need me to tell you that. Do I know who's waiting for me? Just don't be too hard on yourself. Even when answers escape you and you're ready to succumb into despair, I believe in you. Oh! And then we get to move forward. Interesting. And the music is gone. Are we going to get another memory cutscene now? I feel like this is about the time we'd see another birch tree. Yep. I called it. And I think we have time to watch some cutscenes. So let's do it. A lone birch tree stands in the void. Okay, so if my previous assessment is correct, this would be between the memory we saw and the final memory the first time around, which means this is after they were announcing some news that seemed like it was going to be a marriage proposal, but before the horrible, like, I don't know, backstabbing and something. Okay, this area feels safe. Right, would you like to rest for now? I'm going to say yes, and I will see you guys in a moment since this closes the game. Alright, we're back. And there's Princess Lily. Is this place big enough? So she's trying to decide about an appropriate wedding venue, I suppose. Oh, and my game doesn't have focus, but now it does. Seems sort of cramped. I'm sure this will suffice for our purposes, Your Highness. Or maybe she wants to learn to dance. Those are my two guesses. Unless you'd prefer the main ballroom instead? No way! I don't want Johann barging in while we, you know. If only you'd been so keen when you were younger, we wouldn't be in such a hurry. Well, it's now or never. So stop yapping and get on with it. Of course, Your Highness. And you better keep your promise. Yes, yes. No wisecracking whatsoever. Good. May I have this dance, Your Highness? All right, I'm good. I'm glad that the storytelling is good enough or obvious enough or something that, like, I'm following along very well. Just do me in already. Okay, so Lily needs to learn to dance for the wedding, and she had plenty of opportunities to learn to dance before, but she always turned them down because she was not interested in such things. All right. And place your left hand on my shoulder like so. Now just follow my lead and try to relax. And they decided this was going to be difficult to animate in pixel art, and so they decided to go another way. Okay. You'll be fine, Your Highness. Let us begin. Whoa. Okay, I lied. I'm not good at these games. And I want to watch some dancing, but I can't because I have to focus on the bottom bar and try to do good at stupid reflection dance game stuff. Although I don't know, like, I could probably miss a bunch. Their shadows are like upside down relative to them or something. I'm trying to watch the art of them dancing. Yeah, I said they didn't want to animate the dancing art, and it was quite the opposite. They're like, we love doing crazy pixel art, and we're having a good time with it. So now we're gonna have them dance and swirl, and... So I'm trying to do both. I'm somewhat watching the dancing, and I'm somewhat watching the buttons I'm supposed to be pressing. It seemed like the other mini game that was like the RPG fight, like back in the first cutscene or something, didn't really matter. And it was just like something to keep you entertained and make you think that maybe you have an important task, when in fact it's just like, here's a silly gimmick that we're going to throw in here that really has no effect on any of the outcomes. I also noticed that I've only gotten miss and okay. I think usually these style of games also have like great or outstanding if you get it like frame perfect or something. And so I'm guessing I'm just gonna miss a whole bunch because I'm kind of tired of trying to do it. And enjoy the, apart from the miss sounds, the dancing scene. And then we'll see what happens afterward. Well, would you look at that? I didn't think this would be so much fun. You're getting there, Your Highness. I feel sorry for Lord Johann's toes already. I just noticed, this is apparently before the cutscene where she gave her the pendant, because Lady Grey is wearing the pendant, not Lily. How about a small break? When you say a small break. Hey, Grey. Yes, Your Highness? It's almost strange to see you dancing. How so? I think it's strange to see you dancing, Lily. I'm more used to seeing you kick and punch stuff. Where did you learn to dance like that? Or can't you remember that either? Oh. So the void, where we are playing the puzzle game, I feel like previous lore has given us the impression that like people forget themselves down there. But apparently in our past memories, Lady Grey perhaps does not remember everything that happened when she was Grey the Destroyer previously or something. And like, why are they both like super powerful demon people? Like, there's still so much to explore. Oh, I do remember that quite well. I was about your age. All I knew back then was kicking and punching stuff, as you'd say. So I was rather apprehensive at first. Luckily, I had a good teacher. Her Majesty, of course. I see, so the Queen taught Grey how to dance, apparently. I'm sorry, Your Highness. And the King was forcing her to marry, and we haven't heard anything about the Queen before, and so presumably she has died, and that made Lily sad. That was very tactless of me. Don't worry, Grey. I can't remember a thing about Mother anyway. And yet, at times like these, I wish she'd still be around. I'm sure she's watching among the blessed stars, Your Highness. Especially now that your big day is only a few weeks away. Okay, so hasn't like officially been said that they're getting married, but I think all signs point to it was not a twist where we were misled in terms of the incomplete storytelling, is my impression. Okay. You really think so? You resemble her more and more by each passing year. You'd make her proud. Question mark? What is it, Grey? Uh-oh, they went somewhere where Johann would not barge in. Is Johann about to barge in? Oh, nothing. I must be hearing things. Was someone at the door just now? So, shall we give it another go? Practice makes perfect, after all. If you insist. And that'll be the end of the cutscene. I wonder if you truly are watching. Oh. Who? Who? Who indeed? Said the owl. And I guess that's where we'll leave it for today. I'll go ahead and step into the next basement because this seems like a nice place to leave it for next time. And I will say, I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon for some more Void Stranger. For now, bye-bye.